Will's Christmas Gift by E.M. McCarthy. Narrated by E.M. McCarthy. This was going to be the greatest Christmas ever. We were trying a new family gifting tradition, giving each other one fun gift or maybe a gag gift. We all drew names out of the hat, and the spending limit was $25. My mission was to buy my oldest brother a gift. I wanted to get him a good one. I saw the snow starting to fall outside, and I thought I'd better get moving and drive to the mall. Big, wet snowflakes fell, and the wind cut right through all the layers of clothing that I had put on as I walked across the mall's parking lot. An older man held the door open for me and asked, "Is it cold enough for you?" "Yes," I said. What else could I say? Christmas music was playing over the loudspeakers, and the upbeat melody made me happy. Christmas shoppers moved around in a sort of a daze, not looking at where they were going, but rather looking at the mesmerizing storefronts. Gold tinsel and red bulbs filled the mall tree. The toy department was full of shiny children's trinkets. Finally, I arrived at the men's clothing department, which was back in the corner of the store, near the customer service and the bathrooms. I studied the latest fashion on the mannequin, which had no head, but was smartly dressed in a gray suit and red tie. Ties were a popular gift. I knew my older brother, and except when he went to church, he never wore a tie. I spent, or rather wasted, an hour looking at ties. Something inside me screamed, "Don't do it." I went for a slice of pizza instead. Mall pizza had to taste good, and it always did. Maybe it's the hunger pains we all get after shopping, but it was the best pizza in the world. I thought about getting him a gift certificate to the pizza place, but I didn't know how to wrap it, and so I moved on. I realized walking from Sears to JCPenney's that I hadn't the foggiest idea of what to get him, and even less of an idea of what would be a fun gift. I went home. My brother, sisters, and I spent the evening at Will's apartment. We helped him put up his tree. It was the worst Christmas tree ever. I knew it was almost Christmas, but the tree looked like it was bought around late January, not December. The back was all patchy and nearly altogether missing. The needles fell off every time Will put on a bulb. We laughed. Will asked innocently, "What?" "Weren't there any decent trees on the lot?" I asked. "Did you chop it down from the forest?" my sister Jean asked. "Will's just that cheap. I think the guy paid him to take the tree off his hands," my brother Mike said. The stereo played Christmas tunes and eggnog was served. Will opened a pack of cookies and everyone was satisfied. Finally, it was dark outside and Will switched on the tree lights, which made the tree more than beautiful. As we left his apartment, we discovered the snow had fallen heavier than when we arrived. The car was stuck in the snow, and so Mike and Will had to push out the car as Jean steered. We drove home carefully. I patted my boots on the mat before unlocking the door. Dad was waiting for us. It was warm inside the house, and the snow melted quickly. I got a paper towel and wiped up the water under my boots. Dad looked tired. I guessed it was lonely for him since Mom died, despite the joy of Christmas. The next day I decided I had to go out again to shop. What would Will want? What would be funny to open? Suddenly I realized I couldn't go to the mall again. I knew I should go to Kmart, since they had a huge outdoor shop. Hunting season was long past, but I walked up and down the camping area. What would Will like? A tent? He had one, and besides, they were too expensive. I only had $25. Maybe I could buy a hat or gloves. I walked back over the camping section, and that is where it was, right in front of me. The perfect gag gift. It was less than $25, and in my gut, I knew it was perfect. Maybe that was the secret to gift giving. You just knew it when you found a great gift. On Christmas Eve, we exchanged our gifts. Will loved a good joke, and I was giddy with expectations of how my little gag gift would go over. We began to open our presents. I got a box of playing cards from Mike, and a box of candy. It was a good gift. Jean had gotten Mary a bunch of notebooks and fancy pens for college. Mary had gotten our dad a foot bath. Will had gotten Mike a cookbook, which was funny, since Mike couldn't cook. Dad gave Jean a sweater. I handed my somewhat big gift to Will. Mary asked, what could it be? I could hardly contain myself from laughing, but then I began to worry. It hadn't occurred to me until then that maybe he would be upset about the gift, for it was weird. Will picked it up, and it was heavy, but not too heavy. He shook it. "It isn't clothes," he said. "Just open it," Dad said, who was very curious. I hadn't told anybody what I'd gotten Will. Will tore into it a little, and saw what it was before the rest of the family. "I can't believe it," Will said. "What is it?" Jean asked. "Open it," Mary said. Will tore through the wrapping paper and held up the gift. "What is it?" Dad asked. Yeah, what is it? Mike added. Is it some kind of a toilet? Jean said. Yes, it's an outdoor toilet, I said. The camping toilet consisted of a white rimmed seat on a folding metal chair with a white garbage bag underneath and a cutout hole. I assumed the garbage bag was the most important part. I'd gotten him a toilet for Christmas. Will laughed, turning beet red. Everyone was laughing too, but I wasn't sure if I goofed. Did I make a mistake and ruin Christmas? My stomach flipped and flopped with nerves. Will then got up from the couch, walked to where I was sitting, and kissed me on the cheek. This is the best gag gift I have ever gotten, Will said. I was relieved. Will opened the box and put the metal bars together. But how will you use it? Asked Mary, and everyone laughed. That toilet sat under the tree for the entire Christmas season. Somewhat sheepishly, I explained to our visitors why there was a flimsy toilet under our tree. Some years later, I received that toilet as a Christmas present when regifting was all the rage, naturally. It was the best Christmas ever. The end.